Hello, this is Svetlana Shapitsina, and this tutorial is about AngularJs server-side renderings. I'm using WebStory Map shortcuts and auto hotkeys during my work. All of them you can find in my video description on YouTube and download. For our AngularJs application, we decided to implement a social share functionality. It wasn't supposed to be too complicated, so we started from Facebook. We add this directory with like and share buttons and try to share Svet event. And here we get an expected result. That's all information that Facebook can get from our page. And it's not the only bad news. When we copy this link, come to Google, try to find event page, we get nothing. Google just cannot see it. We try to find Svet.com, and here you can see that our application is not indexed correctly, and it is one of the most complicated issues for AngularJs developers. And why it happens? We come to our website, and AngularJs is a client-side framework. Whenever your app is open during a digest cycle, whole application is generated with AngularJs. And if you view page source, the only file once more. The only file that you can see is index.html, and that's what any crawler that comes to AngularJs application also can get from server. And crawler don't need this. Crawler needs HTML content. And if we come to our event and copy this link, and for example try to come to Facebook developers page, and fetch information, you can see what actually Facebook can read. Only this, and you have possibility to see exactly what it gets. Only directives. So how possible to solve this issue? So since any crawler that comes to AngularJs application needs HTML content, one of solution is click Ctrl S and save page as HTML. And of course, when we open HTML copy, view page source, we have HTML content rendered for us and saved. And if you have small application, 5-10 pages, you have possibility to create create manually server-side copy for your client AngularJs application, client-side AngularJs application. And also you have possibility to use external services like pre-render.io or Phantom.js, and they will go over your pages, do this work for you, save as HTML copy, get all real HTML content that you see on expect element, and then can link it, for example, with a site map or any another forwarding solution for web crawlers. And when crawler comes to AngularJs application, it will see static HTML page. And this method works great for small projects managed usually by one person, but it's not very practical still for any large application with dynamic content, like in our case for for this news portal Svet.com, and we kept trying to find one of the best solution for this issue, and we even tried to implement manual application, and we created static folder for our app, saved some content in HTML, and as I mentioned before, it's not quite efficient. And additionally, we got another obstacle, that server for this website Svet.com needs PHP language, so we need to switch to PHP to create this server-side copy. So what we decided to do, trying to find the best solution, we created a copy of this application, small template, we call it CL Express, and to solve this issue we decided to use Node.js, actually Node.js module Express.js, and we created application for our Angular app. We create Express.js server-side copy. And first that we did, in order to avoid PHP, we choose hosting with Node.js module Express.js that will help render our server-side application easily. And in our case, we choose Heroku app, and here is our application ready with ready functionalities, so it needs some time. But when I copy this link, and why it's rendering, come to Google, try to find it, and you can see that that content of this application is rendered correctly. And when we open this web page, we come to mock of event album, and we click on share, and we got correct content. Everything is great as we expected. And even we can open one image and share or like one image, and content is indexed correctly by Facebook. And that's what any user that comes to this AngularJS application can see and feel this experience. But when we view page source, you can see that still it's index.js on our gallery, index.html. Here, view page source, index.html. So everything the same, it's still AngularJS application. But when I copy this link and open on Internet Explorer. So why I do this? Because on this browser we emulated functionality for any crawler that comes to this AngularJS application. So you can see that here is a little bit different design. It's more simple, and when we open photo album, we don't have possibility to share it. It's plain content, and here it needs attention with more beautiful design. And view source, you can see that no JavaScript code here, only HTML. So this application only for crawlers, and all we need just to redirect any crawler that come to AngularJS application view source to this copy, this server-side copy of client-side AngularJS app. So, and in this set of tutorials we are going to share our experience. We are going to show how actually we did this trick. So we implemented this solution using Node.js. You will need Node.js documentation and Express.js core. And as I mentioned, it's important to choose hosting that support this framework, Node.js framework, Node.js module Express.js, that will help render your server-side app easily. And additionally, you don't need, if you program in JavaScript, in AngularJS, you don't need to switch to any another language. And it can be server, for example, on Heroku, like in our case. Now on our application we have our AngularJS copy, and here is our main file. Now server.js, it's created using Express.js, and here we create HTTP server. Here it is. It's on port 5000, and I will show how it works. I need to start terminal. npm start, and here I need to listen to port 5000. I open localhost, here it is. So one of the main idea that when any user comes to AngularJS application, we need to define whether it's crawler or just user. And usually crawlers like Facebook or Google have property name, and we can recognize Facebook crawler by its name and redirect to correct app with HTML content. And let's open our main file. So using AngularJS framework, we need to require modules that we need to use. Node.js has a modular system, and each file is a separate module. To include any external package or Node.js core package, we need to use require. And all these packages you can find in Node modules library. And for the best practices, it's better to split your newly created server-side copy also on modules. And to keep best practices, we created folders. We have folder for views. We have folder for roads. It's similar approach with like on AngularJS controllers and views. And for example, here is our road home, and here we export a function home router using module export, and this function will return home router. And we run this function on server.js and provide express. Here is it accept express, and we provide it here. And here is also another approach like on gallery. We created just, for example, it is better to keep one approach, but it's possible to do like this. Instead of exporting function, we create as functionality as always, and in the end we export module gallery router, but in this case we need to require external package express here on gallery, but we don't need to provide when required this router. So you have possibility to choose approach that you feel more convenient for you. Then when a GET request comes to home router, we try to define using express middleware function whether this user agent is Facebook crawler or its user. And if it's Facebook crawler, we generate view for it, HTML view, and we do it using response of this middleware function. For first of all, it's request. It has request object, response, and next method. How it works? We get request, and we define whether it's crawler or user. And if it's crawler, we generate we response with rendering home view. And here is our home JIT, and I will tell more about this functionality in next tutorial, but here we generate a home view model and show it to crawler. And if it's not Facebook, we run method next. It means that we redirecting from this express middleware to the next. And what it does here, it redirects real user to index HTML page using a response send file to index HTML page of our Angular app. So a user comes and he sees this AngularJs page. And if Facebook comes, Facebook crawler, it sees this HTML page. So it can get all information that we need to share, and when a user comes and click on share a button, behind the scene Facebook get this rendered HTML page and send to timeline. So finally, what we got with this server-side solution. First of all, we have client-side. It's AngularJs application. It's completely unblockable. Renders JIT views on the fly, and we have server-side. Where we can get all parts of the page, and one of the most important thing that with ExpressJS, that it waits until it gets all data from database, and only then generates a view. And what else I forgot to mention about middleware approach. So since with middleware function from ExpressJS we have these three objects: a request, response, and next method. Each middleware can redirect user to next middleware. It runs next function, so user can be redirected here, and it's very important to keep order in your middleware stack. So all your roads will be rendered in the order you define them. So you can get more information on Express.js documentation, and here is a link. All information about user middleware. And also, when we come now to Facebook debugger and try our Heroku app page album, it's very convenient to use this developers functionality, so you can see immediately how it can be seen on how your application page can be seen on Facebook, can be rendered. Sometimes it needs more time, and also you can click on see exactly what our scraper sees and check here what content comes to Facebook and also to any another crawler, and one of the most important is Google crawler. Here it is, and you can see that now I can open one event gallery. It can be rendered correctly, found by Facebook. So here is our application. So everybody happy, you can share your content on Facebook. Google can index your AngularJs app correctly, and in next tutorials I will tell more about this functionality. Happy coding, thank you, bye bye.